Hey, what's going on, guys? Tim here. Wanted to do a video today about some Sheridan drawing and eventual tooling. I've made a couple in the past, um, and my other ones have been labeled as a hybrid because I use kind of like the principles to make, things like serpents and um, uh, Mesoamerican style type carvings. But this time, I'm posting kind of about how I feel people should best um, look into developing their skills in the Sheridan style. First and foremost, some people who are gifted enough artistically and have that visual and auditory learning style can pick a lot of things up on YouTube. For me, um, I can do that with some things, but I really like to have something tangible in front of me. So I've always learned best when it comes to uh, drawing techniques is in taking drawing classes in high school, a couple in college, um, and really kind of just sitting down and putting pencil to paper and repetition. I've never been, someone like a street artist who can sit there and sketch someone's face. For me, for me to get to um, the level where I feel comfortable, as far as pencil and paper, it takes me a long time, a lot of erasing, all that type of stuff. So, needless to say, working on the Sheridan style in terms of coming up with patterns and applying them to the leather. It's super frustrating. I've left it, come back, left it, come back, left it, come back, probably about 4 or 5 times now. There have been a few carvings that I feel like I was getting closer, but just getting the principles aren't difficult to understand. It's really understanding how the flow of the lines um, and how far apart you're making the lines. Um, that all plays into how good things look. Um, so right now, I am in the midst of working on a panel, small panel for this right here. I'm in the middle, if I can roll this out a little bit for you. This is a drumstick case for a customer, a friend actually. And they are going to have this here. This is going to be about a 4x8 uh, customized panel with his last name on there. Um, and so I've done a lot of other things for him. Some scroll work on a guitar strap I made for him, but this is the first time I'm actually doing straight up Sheridan style principles with the work, with his product. So I'm trying to do a really good job on it. It's someone who's gotten me a customer or two, someone who I care about. Normally, the amount of work I've been putting into this would be, for everything with materials, time, effort, um, would probably be about a $300 plus drumstick case. Certainly not going to be charging him that because he didn't ask for, the custom drawing and the carving that I'm putting into it. But again, close friend, so I'm going to put in the effort. One thing, moving back to the point of this video, to developing your skills in terms of Sheridan style, the one thing that helped me the most, other than a few videos from uh, Bruce Cheney, Don Gonzalez in particular, um, and even those people, particularly Don. At first I was really frustrated. I'm like, man, this guy's so good. How does he do it with such ease? Number one, that's his profession. A lot of us out here are doing this as a craft, a hobby, and he's doing this day to day, putting in hours and hours, which a lot of us probably would love to be able to do that, but we can't. Number two, he uh, trained as an apprentice under somebody, and 3, he went to school and for art-related um, purposes. So um, that is why something like that looks very easy. He's a professional. He worked as an apprentice, and he went to school particularly for art design. Um, so don't get frustrated. Continue on with your work, and keep at it. So back to the few things that I think would be very helpful for you. Number one, get this book. If you've been interested in floral design, Sheridan style, you have probably come across someone in a forum or someone suggesting this book to you. So it is Western Floral Design by Bob Park. When you look at it, it's like, do I want to spend the money they're asking for this? It's a spiral bound. It's not the best quality, but the information in this is very, very helpful. And although it does take some time to understand the principles behind what he's saying, you have a guide there for life that gives you the necessary guidelines to ensure that you're following the principles, which will eventually come out in your drawing and in your work. So another thing, get one of these templates. If you watch any of Don Gonzalez's videos, this is something that he's big on. You can get one that's bigger than this. I don't do a lot of cases, and obviously, or not obviously, but you don't know that, but I don't do saddle work or anything like that. Most of the things that I do, like this drumstick case is going to be a fairly bigger project of mine, and even so, the panel that I'm dealing with is quite small. So this template right here is more than suffice. If I need to go bigger, I can find things around the house that are easier to use, dinner plates and pots and pans and stuff like that. But that book has really made a huge difference in my understanding of how to make my work flow. As you can see in my drawing right now, I'm, by any means, I'm not finished at all. But I am trying to get a good flow on this one, and I'm feeling okay about it. I'm trying a couple new things. This bud style here is something I came up with that I felt looked pretty good, and I'm actually adding a couple scrolls in here. I like the look of scrolls, and hopefully it all ties in very well. And the last thing, as you can see here, is his last name. I'm going to have to come up, find some good font on my computer and then transfer it on there, because I'm not going to find any stamps that are going to make it look as good as I can transferring it and doing the carving and then tooling. So this little panel right here is going to take a lot of work, but I decided that I would go ahead and share the drawing with you, the process, and particularly the information that worked for me in the book and having the template on hand. And of course, patience and persistence are the two big things. I know each time I come back to it, it feels a little bit more familiar. I get frustrated. I move on. I try to find other things to do. I really like almost like a tattoo / tribal Mesoamerican style that I like to do, because it comes easier to me. I just, that kind of flows out of my pencil very easily. But you can't beat the elegance of the floral design with the vine work and the flowers and everything. And yes, it can look a little feminine, but it also looks pretty badass as well. So once I get the final drawing done and I get it transferred to the panel, I will hopefully post another video here. Thanks for watching, guys. Embrace your creativity. Peace.